Okay, so hello friends, welcome to another video. So in this video, we are going to talk about Azure Synapse, and it is one of the most important topics in the Azure portal, and we need to first learn its functionality before jump into the project. So let us first learn what is Azure Synapse. So Azure Synapse Analytics is a limitless analytics service that brings together data integration, enterprise data warehousing, and big data analytics. And it gives us the freedom to query data on our terms using either serverless or dedicated resources. And often people may ask that is Azure Synapse Analytics is a part of data warehousing. So the simplest answer that may come arise or that may come is that Synapse Analytics is just a limitless analytics service that brings together data integration, enterprise data warehousing, and also Synapse brings these worlds together with unified experience to ingest, explore, prepare, manage, and serve data for immediate Power BI and machine learning needs. And you can also refer to my Power BI tutorials that has been posted earlier. So, is Synapse expensive or not? That's often a question that may come into your mind. So, Azure Synapse were constantly less expensive when compared dollars per hour, and meanwhile, the TPC-DS report found Azure Synapse lead the package in performance, averaging the fastest execution time. And that's why it is a game changer, because its versatility and its complete package is so fast and it's so secure that it even stop any other functionality in work, and it is also very less costly, and it is also highly secure and less costly compared to other workflows and other data integration services parts. So previously in my previous video we already gone through the SSIS integration service. So here we will talk about the data integration part and how we can integrate the data from the data lake storage into the SQL database through creation of a pipeline, and that we can do it in this particular video. So let's look at our sample use case. So this is the use case. So I need to create three accounts. One is for Azure Synapse, one is Azure SQL database, and one is the data lake storage gen 2. So first we need to create the Synapse account. So before that we need a data lake storage account. So here we need to initially we need to create a container that and the container name should be global. So inside the container we need a course data, but we don't need to create this file directly, but we will create a pipelining connection to that data lake storage, and then this file will be generated over there. And last, we need to create a pipeline for JSON format output, and that there are three pipelines, and then we will integrate one master pipeline. So these three pipelines will be integrated in that master pipeline. And in table initially we have given with one table, and then in the pipeline 3 when we will pass it, that will be the updated version of the table. So let's start with our project. So first I need to log into my account, so it may take some time due to some connectivity issues, so no worries. So I will click on signing in. So it is now, you can see that the page has been opened. Okay, so I need to first create a storage account. So without further ado, we will create a storage account. So here I will click on create. So here I need to create a new resource group. So I will hit on create new. So I will give Azure for Synapse resource group. Okay. Then I need to give the storage account name, so I will give data lake syn store. So we need to give the location. It should be Central India. Okay. So now here we'll keep this as it is. So then we need to go to advanced. To activate the data lake storage, we need to click here the enable hierarchical namespace. So now everything seems to be fine. And now we'll click on networking. I don't want to change this one, so everything seems to be fine. So let's just wait for the final validation. So the validation has been passed, so we'll create a data lake storage. So okay, let me open a new tab, new portal. Okay, so over here I have, let me open another portal. Yeah, so I, so it's asking, yeah, so I'll go to the Azure portal. Here also we can go to the Azure portal. Okay, here you can see that my deployment has been completed. So first we need to go to the resource group. Here we need to click on container. In the container we need to add the container and let name it global. We need to create the container. You can see that the container has been created successfully. So then we need once Azure Synapse Analytics account. So for that we need to hit on create. Here we need to give our resource group, enter manage resource group, we don't need yet, enter workspace name Santanu. So you can give any name as you want to. Works. So this thing passed. Then we need to scroll down. Here we need to give the data lake a storage connection. Okay, so then there is only one container, and if you want to create any other container we can also hit on create new. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Now I need to go to the security part. Here I need to give the password. So after the password, you can see that the password and confirm password must match over here. So there we need to hit on review plus create. So let me check it 1 second. Okay, then go to basic. Okay, hit on review plus create. it may happen that it may show or throw some error in the first execution phase because of some deployment exception issues. So if that happen, then we don't need to get worried, but we will create another I will create a new tab and go to, first we will log out and then we will log in again, so that will work. So as we can see that in this case there is no such issues. So we'll wait for this operation to get created, and till then we will create our SQL database. So we'll go to SQL database, hit on create. So here I need to give my resource group. So this is the resource group. I need to give a database name, my Synapse DB. So we need to give some server name. So we need to create a new server. So my Synapse server demo. The name should be unique. So admin login. So I will give the login user ID. I will give the password. Note that this password is different from the one that we have given in the during the security part of the creation of the Synapse account. So here we need to give Central India. We'll hit on OK. Okay, so everything seems to be fine. Here we need to check the configuration status. So for me it seems to be fine. I will click on networking. I don't need to change anything over here. In additional setting also everything seems to be fine. Just let me check, then I don't need any tags. So we'll simply create. We'll check. So the deployment is still in progress for the Synapse Analytics. It may take some time. So we need to wait for some time. You can see that both the deployment is in progress. One is for the SQL database and other one is for the Synapse Analytics. So it may take some time. So meanwhile I will suggest you that if you have not yet completed your resource creation and all, you can just revert back to the video and you can check the connection status, and you can also create a new connection over there. So it will save a lot of time. So you can see that the deployment here the status, and it is almost getting created. So we'll just wait for the creation. I guess it will be over in some around 1 minute or half minute. So yeah, you can see that the deployment is completed. Now we will wait for the deployment of this SQL database. So SQL database has been created successfully. So we need to go to the SQL database. So before going to the query editor, we need to set the server firewall. So here first we need to add the client IP. Then we need to allow Azure service and resource to access this server. So after updating this part, we need to click on save. So you can see that successfully updated server firewall rules. So then we need to go to the query editor. Here I need to give my password. We need to click on OK. So here we need to create a table called courses. So I have made a sample query. So you can see that I have created a table courses. I have given CID, that is the ID, the name of the course ID, and the course start date. And I have included five different data I have inserted in it. So I need to copy this data and paste it over here. Uh, and then I need to run the query. So after running this query, let me check. So I will write select star from courses. So I will run this query again. So you can see that all the data has been generated successfully and the table has been created. And then we need to go to the Synapse Analytics resource group. Here I need to go to click on open Synapse Studio. So it may take some time. So here this is the Synapse Studio, where you can see that there are various platforms like ingesting data, explore and analyze, visualize the data. Here we can check the data. Here there is one portion of notebook that is being used for the development part. Here we can integrate the pipelining. Here we can monitor our pipeline runs and all the status. And here is the setting. So we will go to the pipeline for now. Here we need to click on add a pipeline. So we'll go to Synapse. Sorry, we need to go to move and transform, and we need to drag and drop the copy data part. So here name is, I will change the name to SQL DB data lake gen 2 CSV. So then I will go to the source. Here I need to click on new. I need to add the SQL database over here. SQL database data set 1. Here there is one link service provided. So we'll click on new. So we need to change this name, SQL database linked, or we can change it to connection. Then everything seems to be fine. Here we need to change it to free trial. Server name, my Synapse server demo. Our database should be my Synapse database. We need to give the username and password that were created during the server settings. We need to test the connection. If the connection is successful, then we'll create. Then here there is one table db.courses. So we'll hit on OK. Then we can click on preview data to check how the data should look. Okay, then we will go to the sync. In the sync we need to create new gen, so we'll create on Azure Data Lake Gen 2. That should be in a CSV format. So click on delimited text. So we'll hit here data lake data set 1. The link service, we need to create a new link service. So we need to rename this one. Link storage connection, and we need to check for subscription. We need to use the free trial one. Then we'll give the storage name. Then we need to create the data lake storage services. So you can see that it has been successfully created. So now here we need to give the file path. So we'll go to browse, we'll click on global, we'll give OK. So the directory should be course data and courses .csv should be the file name. So we will choose the first row as header, otherwise it will concatenate all the rows and we will not be able to see the header title. So we will click the first row as header, and we are not importing any schema over here. So we will use this to change the value, and we will give it as null, so it should be none. Then we'll create OK. So Then we'll hit on debug, so we can monitor the pipeline trigger over here in the debug part. So you can see that it is in progress. So it is been succeeded. So we will go to the data lake Synapse store. So here you can see that one file has been created called course data, and here we have included the courses.csv file, and you can see that this format is in a CSV format. So we will close this particular file and we will go back to the Synapse storage, and we will go back to the pipeline. Here we can click on publish, so it may take some time. So you can also see the execution in the flow given over here. You can see that the data read from the SQL is in from 114 bytes, the row read is 5, peak connection is 1, and here you can see that it has been written in one file. So these things have been done. So now we need to go to the develop. So but just a minute, I don't know why it is stuck around. So now we will go to data part. Here we will go to the linked service, and the linked service we will go to integration data set. So here we'll go to the data lake data set. So here it is in the CSV format, and we want to convert it into the JSON format. So we will also click over here, and to click on global. So now we need to click over here, and here so with just a minute, it has been stuck. So for here we need to create a load data frame. So here you can see that this is the sample code over here. So we need to attach it to a Spark pool. So we need to create manage pool. We need to create a new pool into the my cluster. It should be small. Auto scaling has been enabled. We need to go to additional settings. So we will give you 50 minutes before it gets idle. Everything seems to be fine. So we'll hit on review plus create. Now we can create a new cluster. So then 1 second, I need to check. It is Spark pool. Refresh. So one pool has been created and here there is no nothing to show. So we'll go to the workspace. So here I will attach the pool and I will run the cell. So it may take some time for running because first the cluster will be created, then it will run. So we will wait for that. It is taking some time, so please wait guys. So meanwhile I will suggest you, if you are lagging behind, to complete the pending task, like creating a pipeline connection over there. So it will take some time for creating, because it will first start the Spark session, then it will perform. So so this is still running. So you can see that it is ready. So we'll wait for some time before it starts. So I will delete this. Yeah. So you can see the sample table over here. You can see all the columns has been displayed over here. So now uh, let's just write some code, because we want that to execute it in our way. So here let's write df1 equal to df dot with column. There should be institute name, right? I will give Manipal. Df2 should be equal to df1 dot with column. renamed. We'll rename the column institute name, training institute name. So before that, let me just run the first column to show you the flow. df1. Sure. Okay, so first we need to import the packages. So before running, I will import the package from pyspark.sql dot functions import lit. So you can see that the institution name has been added to the column, but if I want to rename it, so I will simply remove this column. Okay, df2.show. So the column name has been renamed. Then I need to add some more column like write dot mode. I will use overwrite dot format. Format should be JSON dot save. So I just need to copy this path. I will click on Ctrl C. So here I will insert, I will remove this part. I will give a output folder. So everything seems to be fine. So I will run this code. We'll go to monitor to check the flow. So it is still running. So I need to check the workspace. So it has been executed. So let me check. I will refresh this page. So it is taking some time. So we will wait for some time because it's taking a lot of time. So we need to check, and you can see that the new output folder has been generated. So here we can see that it is in the JSON format. So let me click on edit. You can see that it is in JSON format. So we want this to be generated in a pipeline form. Means we want to create this data in the form of pipeline, and we want to export it in a pipeline form. So for that, what I will do is I will click on, I will delete this output folder. So let me delete it. So after deleting it, so first I will uh, go into this workspace. I will click on publish all. So first I will publish it. Uh, then I need to create a new pipeline. So I'm creating a new pipeline. So before that, I need to go to Synapse. Here I will put the notebook. Here I will change the notebook name. So it should be before that. Just wait a minute. Here I will choose the notebook 2.1 because that's the thing that we have created earlier. This should be pipeline 2. Everything has been triggered now. Okay, so first we will publish this one. So I don't need that. So first we'll click on debug. We'll then go to the pipeline runs. So you can see the status that the debug is in progress. So it may take some time. So we need to wait for some time. So it will take around 2 minutes. So till then we need to wait. We need to wait to. So it's still in progress. So I will refresh it. It's again taking some time. Okay, so it is again taking some time. So we'll want to wait for a couple of minutes. So you can see that it has been succeeded. So we'll again go to global. We'll refresh this page. You can see here the output part. So here the JSON format has been generated. So we'll go to edit page to check the JSON format, and after completing it we need to create one more pipeline. So we'll go to the pipeline page. Here we will create a new pipeline. So that pipeline should be another copy data. We need to go to source. So we'll click on new. The source should be the data lake storage. So we'll click on continue, and that is the JSON format. So JSON data set Azure data lake storage connection. Here we need to go to global. We need to go to output. We need to click over here. So we will remove this part. So we'll click on OK. And then we need to give the sync. But before that, here we will select the wildcard file path, and you can see everything is in the JSON format. So we will go to sync. Here we need to give the SQL data SQL database data set to here we need to give the table name. Here I will give dbo dot updated courses. Input schema should be none. So I will click on OK. We'll give the table option as auto created table. We need to check our database. Here you can see that there is only one table. So first we need to run this thing. So we will debug it. So we'll again go to monitor the pipeline. So you can see that it is in progress. So it may take some time. So it is failed. So let me check. So I need to again give the sync value. So here you can see the JSON data set. I have already given the name. In the sync, I will click on continue. SQL database data set to, I will hit the SQL database connection. Here we need to give edit dbo dot updated updated courses. Oh, I need to give OK. So now I will select OK. Then I will click on auto create table. Then I will click on debug. So now you can see the debug has been succeeded. So I will go to my database. I will refresh this table part. You can see there is one table updated courses. So I will click select top 1000 row. So you can see that the updated table has been generated. So now I will integrate it into a final master pipeline. So for that I need to delete this output folder. So I will click on delete. I need to delete this course data also. So I will click on delete. Now I need to go to my Synapse Studio. I will create a new pipeline. So before that I need to go to my database. I need to write drop table updated courses. I need to run this command. So I will update this, and you can see that table has been dropped. So we are good to go. Everything has been deleted. So now I need to create this pipeline, and for that so it's taking some time because it's getting stuck. So we will go to general. So just wait for some minute, it will take some time. So we'll go to general. We will create 3 execute pipeline. Okay. So we'll create a connection. Here I will give invoke pipeline. Uh, Here I need to give the pipeline number 2. Here I will give the pipeline 3, and before running it I will publish all the settings. It may take some time for getting published. So now I will debug it. So let's monitor it. So refresh. So the pipeline one is getting succeeded, so we can refresh this and we can check that the core data has been updated again, because this is the master pipeline where we have integrated all our pipelines. So you can see the data over here. So again we will refresh it. So as you all know that the second pipeline will take some time. So let's just wait for a couple of minutes. So you can see all the pipelines have been successfully run. So we will again refresh this page. We'll go to global. Here you can see the output part where we will able to see the JSON format. So this is the JSON format, and we can go to the database part where we can just let me refresh it. We can see the updated table one. So here I will need to select top 1000 rows, and you can see all the data has been generated successfully. So this is it. This is the demo task that I need to show to you. Thank you. Have a nice day.